that one.
140.
And John Brown has found trebles. Ton 140 to start the leg. So John has wrestled the darts off of Webster.
85.
Still just advantage Brown.
99.
Webster does leave a finish. It's a biggie, but John will want to be leaving himself
55.
better placed, but drift into the treble 5. It's not as handy as what he would have liked or wanted.
100.
Treble 17 would have given him a dart at the ball if he'd hit.
40.
Hasn't. So Webster will come back for 50 and a 2-0 lead.
18.
Just get the impression Webster might have been caught in two minds there. We all know that tops was his MO, but recently he switched and gone
60
for
72,
the
sorry.
16s and 8s route. I think he got caught in two minds what to do there, but got away with it. Again, at the moment, it's just
95.
one or two loose darts for John Brown at key times at the moment. If he can just tighten up those just couple of darts when it really matters.
100.
93.
Searching around the board for a treble and finds one in the end,
91.
as does Webster.
140.
40.
Much better leg here from the pair. But Webster will get a
96.
poke at the big fish. Wants the ball for the big fish.
145.
The big fish that got away. He will tell us afterwards.
Oh, John.
That's the exact darts I was talking about earlier.
22.
That he just needs to make sure of the big numbers. From here, I'd give you that.
15.
That is unlucky, but a second chance for John Brown and a hold of throw. Two at tops.
45.
Just not happening for the young man this game. And 3-zip. Double break of throw. Advantage well and truly Mark Webster.
125.
57.
You can see that John's starting to get a little bit frustrated with himself. He knows there's a great game inside of him.
119.
But these top players, soon as they smell blood,
125.
they're in for the kill.
180.
First 180 of the match
100.
goes to Mark Webster. 77 for a 4-zip lead. One dart at tops.
57.
Not to be, but will be back.
98.
Can he just slide off of the barrel?
70.
The answer is yes, he can. 4-0. Now the pressure mounts on John to avoid a whitewash.
82.
And
100.
134.
it's better, showing some fighting quality here. John Bram could quite easily throw in the towel at 4-0,
100.
but isn't. Credit to the young man fighting to the very end, and we'll just keep digging, plugging
51.
away. That's what I like about the youngsters that come through the JDC circuit. Same with Keelan Kay. When things
19.
aren't going their way, they dig in, work, and fight hard on that board.
56.
Leaves the fish, but Mark Webster, 182, leaves himself handy on 82. Will come back for a go.
96.
2 darts at 32 for the match.
Yeah,
And there we have it. Mark Webster wins by 5 legs to 0. Played some good stuff there in spells, has to be said. Disappointing for John Brand. We're going to have a slight lunch break now, guys, but we will be back very shortly with Scott Mitchell against Stephen Burton at around 1:40.
2, 1.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the MODUS Sports Icons of Darts Live League in association with Red Dragon. Hope you enjoyed the quick lunch break. Got some food and some fluid on board and ready to go. Here we have Scott Mitchell up against Stephen Burton. Now, Burton, in his last game, we all know, scored like an absolute train. Sadly for him, his doubles went missing. I think he only finished at around 11% on his doubles, where Scott Mitchell so far today, 3 games, 3 wins, and a +7 leg difference. Last time out, Scotty Dog was a 5-1 winner over John Brown. This game, again, all on the line. Scotty Dog, a win gives him one hand on his second title. A defeat brings the rest of the pack into play. Burton in control of this opening leg so far. 1, 2, 4. When he comes back, no finish for Mitchell. So Burton didn't need to go 14 for ball, could set the shot up, and we'll come back with 3 darts in hand at 32. All Mitchell can do is score and hope. But right now, it's a big hope. And there we have it. Opening leg to Stephen Burton. And that will settle him down. A nice, crisp, clean kill in 2 darts after his doubling disaster against Paul Nicholson, where he missed 12 darts in the first 3 legs at a double. So, how will Mitchell respond to losing the opening leg? Big visit here from Burton would give him an early opportunity of break of throw, and that's exactly what he's done. A 177, as good as a maximum.
123.
First opportunity here for Burton. He's going to get 2 darts at 28. That's a good marker. And there it is. Oh, I thought it was in. My apologies, everyone. Looked like he'd gone inside. Getting carried away with myself. Opportunity.
Game in 3.
And there it is. Opportunity 74 for Mitchell. Again, Burton will be kicking himself. Carved out a marvellous opportunity on the Scott Mitchell throw.
140.
Could that be a big leg in terms of the title?
$140.
And again, Mitchell, now piling on the pressure. A good visit here will give him a break opportunity. Next throw, Stephen Burton can't finish on 2:18, but not seized upon. Mitchell failing to leave a finish. Pressure going on here. Both of them fluffing their lines.
$60.
Here we go. 120. Shanghai for Scotty Mitchell and a potential break. It's an excellent first start. How much of tops can he see? Is that a little bit close?
100.
No. 128 for Stephen Burton. Here we go. 3 darts in hand for Scott Mitchell. Can use that as a great guide. And there we go. A break of throw for the league leader.
$137.
Again, Burton's Achilles heel coming back, only 20% on his doubles. And that's been the story of his day. One thing we've learned on the Icons Saw
100.
is you can't be giving Scotty Mitchell chances because he gobbles them up.
$100.
Now getting into that scoring groove as well, where 9 times out of 10 he's hitting at least one big treble a visit. And when someone of Scotty Mitchell's caliber is producing that, he's going to be a hard man to peg back.
100.
$64 after 12.
Element 2.
And there we have it. 3-1, 14 dart hold of throw. Now, Stephen Burton needs to rally. Needs a big push over the next few legs. Cannot let Scotty get to 4, because then you're at the point of no return. No mistakes. Better scoring leg for Burton, averaging north of 96.
100.
Good switch. Had to be mindful of leaving a finish. As a single 20 would have left the bogey 166.
100.
Absolute pair of roof raisers that are left here. 167 not going to go for Stephen Burton. Can Mitchell electrify us with a 161? Not this time, he can't, no.
90.
Tidies it up. Nothing in them. 52. One dart, double 16. And again, it's another missed dart for Stephen Burton. Scotty Mitchell for 71. Tops for match point.
Game 3.
Match point. We are at 4-1. Stephen Burton now needs to reel off 4 on the spin.
60.
What we've seen so far, unlikely, but in this sport that we all love, funny things happen on a knocky. Check out percentages for this game. Scott Mitchell, 4 from 6, 66%. Burton, 1 from 6, 16%. There's the difference in a nutshell. Just looking at their tons and 140s thrown, they're both around the same. Just the scoring power. Can't separate them. The all-important doubles do.
100.
First maximum of the game goes to Stephen Burton, leaving himself 85 after 9 darts. 140, 96, 180. Looking to get one of those 4 legs that he needs. Nice setup play there. Didn't need to go the bullseye route with Scott Mitchell not on a finish.
100.
Needs to come south. And there we have it in a nutshell. Another 3 darts out of double missed. 96 for the match. How much of that trouble can he see? Not enough. So, second chance
80.
for Stephen Burton. First start, but you can see him there, what he thinks of it. It's like, where have you been all game? Another big start to this leg. If he can hold here,
121.
then it would make things interesting. Scotty Mitchell then need to serve out on his own throw.
100.
Nothing in the scores this game. But no treble for Stephen Burton there. Is this a sniff for Mitchell? Another one leaves a finish.
140.
And Julie obliges. Pressure now on Stephen Burton.
$100.
Great setup there from Mitchell, leaving himself tops. But can Burton produce a roof raiser? And on the wire of tops. So Mitchell, double top for a 5-2 victory.
Game 2.
And there we have it. Scott Mitchell making it 4 wins from 4 games, and he has one hand on the title. More missed doubles for Stephen Burton, costing him yet again. He will be disappointed. Up next, we have Paul Nicholson and Andy Jenkins returning. Both of them will still feel they have a chance of winning the title, but one of them will be ruled out after this game. We'll see you in 5. Welcome back to the MODUS Sports Icons of Darts Live League in association with Red Dragon. Here we are, match number 9 of 15. Paul Nicholson against Andy Jenkins. I'm looking forward to this one. Soft tip teammates, both travelled out to Hong Kong along with Fallon Sharrock a couple of years ago to play for Welcome back. The pair met on Tuesday, and it was a 5-2 victory for Paul Nicholson. My memory serves me correctly. It was Jenks that missed a bucket load of doubles in that game. Now,
outside,
the way the league table is panning out, using my crystal ball to see which games we've earmarked. Now, a Paul Nicholson win in this game means that he will then be hoping Andy Jenkins beats Scott Mitchell. If Jenks wins this game,
180.
then it's looking like match 11, Jenkins against Mitchell. All eyes will be on that game.
80.
So, in terms of the daily title, this game in front of us now has a huge relevance. And it's Nicholson
140.
who started 180, 140.
98.
I get the feeling that the title race could get a little bit murky shortly, depending on results. We may need George Noble's mathematical skills to work this one out for us. But all if, buts and
140.
maybes right now. Let's see how results pan out, and then we'll worry about the calculations after that. Didn't need to go.
$89.
Didn't need to go the bullseye route with Jenkins not on a finish. But can the King of Cosham set this one up and put some pressure on? And pressure he
140.
does. 32. It's a good guide. You can just work in off of that.
Game shot in 3.
And there we have it. 1-0. Hold of throw. Good first leg from the pair.
180.
And then Jenks opens up with a max. Get the feeling that this one could go all
134.
9 legs.
$140.
We were getting a little bit excited then. but dart number 6 misses the target. 5 perfect into the 9. Jenkins went, but not to be today.
180.
And Nicholson replies with a maximum.
37.
Great standard this is so far. 3 maximums in a leg and a half for darts.
$97.
$28.
Could have been an 11 dart leg. But chance now for an early break. 2 darts at double 15.
$75.
Well, you can see by Paul's reaction that was close. And what a big opportunity early in the match that was.
Game. 3 darts.
Big last dart for Andy Jenkins. A lot of mutual respect between the pair.
100.
Friends off the oche, but on the oche, no such thing.
59.
$140.
Paul's scoring so far has been astronomical.
97.
But currently averaging north of 111.
100.
You know you're playing well when you score a ton and your overall average drops.
123.
$57.
Not the best of setup shots from 161 from Paul Nicholson, but
94.
Jenkins hasn't applied as much pressure as what he would have liked. Still on a finish, but 104 first for Paul Nicholson. One dart at double 16.
Game shot in 3.
And there we have it. Nice, clean, crisp finish. 104 for Paul Nicholson. Currently averaging
180.
106 and change. 4 maximums so far. Treble hitting of the highest quality. Again, when 2 players are so closely matched,
136.
like these 2 are, the ball at the start, all important. Paul knowing that he doesn't need to break the Jenkins throw if he wants to win.
100.
Andy, 185, just looking
On
to set
30.
this up. $55 after 9 darts thrown. Sensational stuff from the King of Cosham.
100.
Double 10 for a 12.
35.
No real damage done Paul not on a finish. Way back on 241.
$99.
There you go.
Game in one.
There we have 2 legs apiece, both averaging north of 100. High quality affair here on the MODUS Icons of Darts live league stream.
$96.
$137.
Troubleless visit here.
58.
And the standard we've seen, Jenks will sense a slight break opportunity, I think.
$99.
Advantage Jenkins in this 5th leg.
$96.
So 2-6-5 for Jenkins, just looking to set this up on the Paul Nicholson throw. Going to use the bullseye here.
105.
Yes. Leaves a finish. So Jenks will get first stab at a throw in this leg.
$100.
We'll go 160 for a break.
$81.
Missed the treble.
119.
17. Leaves himself 32, but 79 for a break opportunity. 1 dart at tops
Big game
for
shot.
Rocky. And there we have it, our first break of throw. 79 finish from Andy Jenkins. No, so imperative that he holds, and he
60.
starts troubleless.
$78.
Not truly punished.
$100.
Last dart to the rescue for Jenkins. Paul needs to find a couple of big 2 treble visits.
78.
Otherwise, Jenkins will head into that
96.
showdown with Scott Mitchell, with both having eyes on the title.
$60.
That 60 will be music to Andy Jenkins' ears.
$85.
Finds the treble with his last dart, leaves a finish. Paul needs a maximum.
$60.
No treble again for Paul Nicholson. So Jenks has 6 darts
90.
to polish off the 160, leaves 70. How much pressure can Paul Nicholson put on that 70 from 225?
$55.
Not enough is the answer. 52. Oh, he's missed the big number. You can see by his reaction, he is raging with himself.
38.
If Paul Nicholson was to take out the fish, this would be like a body shot from hell. But doesn't happen. Jenks will breathe a sigh of relief if he can pin
58.
double 16.
Only
And
one done.
pin it, he does. 4-2 takes Andy Jenkins within a leg of the match.
$60.
79.
Paul's first start just starting to drop below that treble.
96.
First 4.5 legs, it was either in or above. Now a little bit of tension
90.
in that arm, and it's being dragged low, causing him to run for cover.
$85.
95.
Jenkins well poised here to break through again. And if he does, he reverses that scoreline from Tuesday.
100.
Idiot. 38.
Doesn't leave a finish. So 6 starts at the 160 for Paul Nicholson to get himself back into this match and potentially back into the title race. But he needs the next 3 legs
100.
for that to happen. Leaves himself a 2-dart combination. But what can Andy Jenkins do with this 190?
98.
So 60 for a holder throw. Can he work down off of that?
Shot and through.
Yes, he can. Is the answer. Here we go. Andy Jenkins will now throw for the match.
$100.
Nice, solid start.
$100.
Whose nerve will hold?
60.
You can see from Jenkins' face there, he knows that he slightly left the door open here. But there's that low first start again that I spoke about in the last leg.
134.
Finds 2 great cover shots on the 19s, though. Paul Nicholson giving himself
96.
every chance to break back and force the deciding leg, where he will have the throw. And that first dart is starting to cause concern.
79.
Cover shooting on the treble 19s, isn't though? But no finish. So what can Jenks do?
90.
Does leave a finish. It's a whopper, but he does leave one. But Paul will want to leave this 88 as 188 as handy as possible, and then hope he gets a go.
100.
It's not bad. It could be better, but what's Jenkins got? Oh, he's going treble 19 for double 19.
139.
Andy Jenkins says, over to you, Paul Nicholson. 88. Can you? Because I'm sat on a one darter. That's how close Paul Nicholson was. He knows Jenks was pacing around by the look of it. So, Andy Jenkins, 88 for a 5-3 victory.
Yeah, game in one.
And there we have it. Andy Jenkins sees off the asset Paul Nicholson by 5 legs to 3, keeping his title hopes alive and effectively ending Paul Nicholson's. All eyes will now turn to game 11, Andy Jenkins against Scott Mitchell, where the winner will go on to lift the title, we feel. But up next, we have Stephen Burton against Mark Webster. Welcome back to the Icons of Darts live league brought to you by MODUS Sports in association with Red Dragon. Here we have game number 10 of our 15 a day, and it is Stephen Burton against Mark Webster.
Sorry about
The joys of home darts there. These two met on Tuesday, and it was a tight one. It was 5-4 to Mark Webster. And this game here, the pattern that we've seen so far will come down to what I feel Stephen Burton's double hitting. He scored exceptionally well, but his doubles have been nothing short of terrible. So, can he put that right, or will the spider pants?
Bullseye. $25.
Outside.
All the best, Mark.
Perfect.
$100.
So, here we go. Stephen Burton
81.
wins the ball, starts off with a ton.
140.
We said Burton's scoring power has been there to see all day,
58.
but a bucket load of missed doubles have also been there.
131.
$100.
$98.
$134.
32 and 1.
32 for the opening leg, and hopefully that will settle Stephen Burton down, because that's something that he hasn't done in his opening few games, is pin doubles first start.
134.
$45.
But a bright start from both players here.
134.
Again, this definitely has the capabilities of being a 9-leg showdown.
99.
$57.
123.
176 for Mark Webster.
100.
Just to set this up,
60.
come back for
83.
116. Webster was looking for 419s and double top, but second prize leaves a one darter. Say if he comes back
119.
and set up play
81.
of the highest order from both players there, but Webby making no mistake.
$100.
Good game this after the opening couple of legs.
140.
Webster's scoring power has been
57.
back, something he lacked in his first couple of games.
40.
140.
57.
100.
124.
Great setup from Mark Webster. Will he get a go? Or can Burton take out the 104?
84.
No is the answer. So Mark Webster tops for a break of throw in the third leg.
2.
Break of throw. It is.
$57.
Starts off troubleless.
140.
It's a positive start from Stephen after being broken.
59.
180.
What a response this is from Stephen Burton after being broken.
180.
140, 180. But Webster's not done. Applies with his own
138.
maximum. Stephen Burton, 43 after 9.
145.
Leaves 60. But 2 darts at tops.
23.
Again, the Achilles heel. Can Webster pin tops?
40.
No is the answer.
20 and 1.
Burton will breathe a sigh of relief. So back on
93.
throw after 4 legs.
One, two, one.
140.
140.
140.
Scoring from them both has been exceptional.
180.
Just brilliant from
43.
them both. And it's another break of throw for Mark Webster. Scoring from both of these, just exceptional. Treble 20 is taking an
137.
absolute pasting. Averages Burton north 104. Mark Webster
96.
just about to clip 104.
$99.
Top stuff, gentlemen. We'll have more of this, please.
60.
125.
40.
For the first time in a while on throw, Mark Webster has breathing space and sets it up magnificently.
100.
Tops for a 13 dart leg. I'm sure it'll take 14.
22.
And there it is. 14 dart hole of throw, leaving Stephen Burton having to win the remaining 3 legs.
$57.
One, two, five.
$100.
$180.
Interesting. Neither of these can win the title. They don't like getting beat,
60.
even if it's just down the pub with their mates or playing on a TV stage.
7.
Tops now for 4-3.
20.
3 missed, but doesn't matter this time around because Mark Webster isn't on a finish.
100.
$10.
6 missed now this leg, but
41.
Let's go.
that's 9 missed now.
$34.
In one.
There we have it. Pins double 5 at the 10th time of asking.
96.
But this is the web for Webster even on throw.
41.
And Burton starts trebleless.
140.
$60.
What a last leg.
180.
This is from Mark Webster. Absolutely brilliant.
100.
$49.
$140.
Just track that inside. Doesn't want to go
82.
inside this one.
What about
And there we
one?
have it. Mark Webster finishes off his campaign with a 5-3 victory over Stephen Burton. That's Webby now done for the day, saving his best performance till last 96 average. Up next, we see Andy Jenkins against Scott Mitchell. Can't wait for this one. The winner of this one probably will go on to win the title. What's that?
No, I can hear the ice, and obviously he's got the white headset and everything. Yeah,
at the beginning, he was still pushing loud I've also won it with like 30 seconds left in play.
Yeah, no, I'm like, we should have been live already, man.
Well done, Web. I'm just messaging George now, mate, about that.
Yeah, literally, whilst I tried to flip, I don't know if it even flipped because the whole thing just froze.
No, we missed one of, I think Steve's froze because of it.
Yeah, I clicked on it and the whole thing, everything was just frozen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's still like a part of my
Yeah.
yeah, it's sort of looking good.
Yeah, I'll ring George now. Hello, mate. Yeah, that's the one in the data center. That's not right. So Peter might need to have a word with someone or get it looked at.
Is it still working now?
Yeah, no, we're still working, but there was a... Good afternoon and welcome back to the MODUS Sports Icons of Darts Live League in association with Red Dragon. Well, here we go. The game we're all looking forward to. It's the title showdown between Andy Jenkins and Scott Mitchell. So the permutations are as follows. If Scott wins, it's a clean sweep, 5 out of 5, and he wins the title. If Jenks wins, then he will need to win his remaining games to win the title. So even if Scott loses, it's not all over. It's just over to the King of Cosham to do his part. But first of all, let's get this game out the way, and then we will then know what is what. These two met on Tuesday, and it was a 5-3 victory to Scott Mitchell. Oh, how he would love the same result today. But 9 legs to decide. And this bullseye could be the biggest bullseye of the day. Jenks wins the throw.
Here's what I found.
Leg number 1. Jenks getting us underway and starts with a real intensity and purpose. 180 with his first 3 darts.
60.
Talk about setting your stall out early.
100.
Now, knowing both players between their last game and this one, Scotty Mitchell wouldn't have watched any of it. We've just been doing his own thing, where Jenks, we know, watches the results, sees who's doing what, who's playing well, and I'm sure Rocky would know that he needs to win to put himself in pole position, where Scott just goes about
38.
his own business.
29 left, 25 left then. 139.
Jenks teasing us. Didn't need to go for the 164 with Scott Mitchell way back. However, wants to get these legs out of the way as quickly as possible. No, 25. 9 for double 8 and leg number 1.
17.
Not to be. But Scotty Mitchell, pardon the pun, is a country mile away in this leg.
137.
He's a little closer now.
Yeah, go me one.
But with that, Andy Jenkins responds. Pins double 4 with 1 dart and advantage Jenks. He says to Scott Mitchell, over to you on your throw.
140.
180.
Second leg in a row. Jenks with a 180. Scotty Mitchell opened up with a 140. Jenks, hold my coat, I've got this. Can you respond?
$100.
Trebleless, and early on in leg number 2, Jenks will see this
105.
as a break opportunity. 100 points in front on the Scott Mitchell throw. Will get first stab at the finish. 116 when he comes back. Jenks is more
100.
of a traditionalist, and I mean that. He'll go 20s and not 19s.
96.
Where you see modern players going 419s for tops. Not Jenkins or Mitchell, two of the old school.
Game in 3.
Jenks misses 116. Chance to break. Mitchell doesn't pass up the opportunity.
$58.
And then starts off without a treble. Big moments in games, even this early on. Not really punished from Scott Mitchell there. When the first dart was sat plumb in the treble 20, he'd wanted at least one more.
60.
Jenks all over the top wire of that 60. Mitchell wrestling away the throw here from
140.
Jenks. But Jenks having none of it. Two, 4, 3. How handy can Jenkins leave this?
121.
Leaves himself 122. Mitchell back on 260. Here we go. 18s first. Oh, not what was on the menu.
74.
Leaves himself 48. Mitchell 160 to break. Can't be done now. So Andy will come back 48 for a hold off throw. And a hold of throw. It is 2-1 to Rocky.
$100.
Not much between the two players in terms
97.
of stats. We could well be going the distance in this one. Or will it be a moment of magic or a mistake that costs one of these? But as we stand this leg, Mitchell on course to make it 2 legs apiece.
60.
Or is he?
180.
Jenkins piles on the pressure with a maximum to leave 64. Says to Scott Mitchell, can you take out 96?
Game in 2.
The answer is yes, I can. 2 legs apiece.
$100.
$40.
60.
$100.
It is a ton. He had to look again. Couldn't see past the dart.
79.
Treble 19 coming to Jenkins' rescue, but needs to be careful on his next visit.
140.
59.
Don't think. And he looked at his score there, if I'm being honest. Second dart should have been across at the 18s.
100.
But Mitchell has opened the door for a possible break of throw.
134.
Huge from Andy, but Mitchell will still get a pop at 1-2-1. Can he pop, pop, pop? No is the answer. So
97.
Jenkins will come back 69 for a hold of throw. 1 dart, double 16.
Game in 3.
Huge, huge moments in this match there from Andy Jenkins. Both of them
100.
have carved out what you'd call a mini opportunity on the opponent's throw. I say mini because that's all it was, as the door was slammed shut when the question was asked. Jenkins 2 away from a victory, but Scotty Mitchell far from done.
140.
Pardon his 4th 140 of the contest.
60.
81.
140.
Both of them in and around the same area here. Question is, whose setup and finish is going to be better? Everyone's thinking don't bust, and doesn't. Perfect setup from Scott Mitchell, leaves himself on tops.
$60.
Tops for a 13 dart, hold of throw, and 3 all. Needs to come south. Can he slide off of that?
20.
No is the answer. So 1-4-1 for a break. Not going to happen. So Scotty Mitchell will come back for double 10.
Cracking. 22.
Jenkins has made an absolute mess of the setup.
11-1.
And there we have it. 3 legs all. Contest is now a best of 3. How's your nerve, gentlemen?
41.
The way these are playing, this is a chance, even after 1 visit to the board.
140.
You can see by Scotty Mitchell's face there, he scored a 140, but he's not happy because he knows the way
74.
those 2 darts were. It should have been a 180 and an absolute stunning 174 from Andy Jenkins. But due to the poor first visit,
140.
Mitchell is still in control of this leg.
60.
140.
140, 140, 140, 81 after 9.
94.
Stunning from Scotty Dog Mitchell. And here we have the break opportunity. 62. 12 and the ball. Bullseye for a break.
Payment
And
free.
there we have bullseye for the break. 12 dart break of throw for Scotty Mitchell, who will now throw for the title and a clean sweep. Special players do special things when it matters, and that was a special thing. 140, 140, 140 on the Andy Jenkins throw, carving out the opportunity which he didn't pass up.
Done.
$180.
And then what a time to find a maximum.
Done.
There we go. 6 darts for 221 and the Icons title for the day.
$180.
Magical. Absolute magical from Scott Mitchell.
180.
Jenks replies, but nothing he can do about this.
Game 2.
And there we have it, game, set, and the title. A 5-3 victory for Scott Mitchell, handing him a clean sweep for the day and the title. Congratulations to Scotty Dog. Up next is game number 12, John Brown against Paul Nicholson, and we'll be with you in about 5.
and
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Icons of Darts Live League, brought to you by MODUS Sports in association with Red Dragon. Here we go, match number 12, John Brown against Paul Nicholson.
Outside.
Both players I've seen
Also
spells
outside.
of some really good stuff, and then we've seen some mediocre stuff. Paul looking to finish on a high. John Brown looking to get off and running.
Bullseye.
We noticed in their last couple of games, John
Outside.
just needs
One
to
best Paul.
stop that
Easy drop.
last dart slide, missing too many big numbers. And then Paul Nicholson, towards the end of his last game, first dart was dropping low on the 20. So, all to play for.
60.
You see the JDC virtual in the background for John Brown.
42.
Great stuff by the JDC, making sure that everyone is still playing while we were on lockdown and into the future.
$42. $135.
So congratulations to Scott Mitchell, 5 from 5, a perfect 10 points for the day.
140.
His second title of the week.
125.
But still positions to be decided. Paul needs a victory here to keep him in the hunt for the runners-up place today, but that is firmly in the hands of Andy Jenkins.
59.
Destiny in his own darts.
$42. $100.
So 157 for John Brown. Lucky there, missing the 57, but that last dart is the one I was talking about during the build-up. Now 100. Treble 16 or tops? You can see enough of the 20, treble 20 there. So Nico leaves 40. John Brown 77 for the first leg. Leaves 56. Double 18.
Game in 3.
There we have it. Sometimes you need a little bit of fortune. And John had it slipping in to the treble 7, but still leaving him a single to double
97.
finish, which he didn't pass up.
$55. $45.
Not the ideal start for John Brown. He could have
140.
given himself some breathing space, but was passed up and Paul pounces on the mistake.
100. $59.
All a little bit cagey. This one so far.
99.
Brian leaves himself a finish to Biggie, but a finish is a finish nonetheless.
95.
So here we go. 160. Can you? Not this time round. So Paul will also get a poke at a
6.
three-figure finish. No treble for John Brown there. And the 152, is it incoming? Maybe. Just short on dart number 2.
96.
So 100 for Brown and a 2-0 lead. Tops.
40.
First start was a complete blocker on the treble 20. Now 56 for an immediate break back. 2 dart at tops.
No score.
Oh, he's gone into the corner of double 15. He had to look twice.
Game in 2.
And there we have it. A hold of throw for JB after the opportunity was passed up from Nicholson.
$97.
See that more and more from the top professionals. The switch to the 17s in the first 6 darts on the
55.
board. It just leaves more outshots when you get down to the mid 300s. That's why a lot of them do it.
100. $59.
But Nicholson in charge of this leg so far. It's a long way short of the target.
100.
If anything, that first start was that far short, he could still see plenty of the treble bed. So
96.
sometimes you get a little bit of fortune when you put a dart low. But 204 looking to set this up.
$58. $85.
Got away with one there, did Paul. His setup wasn't the best, but JB couldn't punish. I'm not sure whether that's in or not.
114.
By the last start at double 16, we can tell it was. Almost a barnstormer from Nicholson.
81.
Here we go. Double 16 for his first leg on the board this game.
$16.
3 darts, been and gone. Now, he'll start on the bullseye. Does he stay there? Oh, so inviting.
Oh, 104. 14.
1-2-5 and the 1-3-2, the champagne shots that we all love, the big combinations involving the ball, and 25. I think by his reaction there, Paul cannot see an awful lot of this 8-8. He lives down in East Sussex. He might be crossing the border into West Sussex around now.
No score.
Not to be. So 7 darts come and gone for the leg.
Oh, no score.
The cardinal sin again from players. Do not miss the big number.
Game shot and 1.
I'm sure John Bryan will be kicking himself right now for missing the big number and the opportunity at 3-0. Although Nicholson himself missing
80.
6 before that.
$57. $140.
Pressure on John Bryan's throw
60.
here. Nicholson wrestled control of the leg as he looks to break back after the disappointment in leg 1.
93.
Finds a treble when it matters.
140.
Bryan on a finish. It's a biggie, but Paul can leave this 188 extremely handy and hope
100.
that he gets a go. And he will get a go at the 88 to break back.
59.
Again, missing big numbers.
72.
Both players so far in this game.
$60.
Here we go. 16 for 2-all.
Game shot and 1.
And 2-all it is. We are now back on throw. Will John Bryan be ruining those missed opportunities that he had early on
140.
as Paul Nicholson looks to go through the gears?
$100. $140.
Back-to-back 140s at the start of this leg
24.
from Nicholson in complete control of leg number 5. That's a better first start, although it's missed the target. The way Paul's darts sit up,
100.
he has to be above than below.
$96.
So 1, 2, 1. Doesn't need to go for the ball here, but will he? No. Lays up.
89.
Sensible from Paul Nicholson. Didn't need to risk the bullseye.
59.
So to lead for the first time, and 3 legs on the spin.
Game shot in 1.
3 legs on the spin it is, and a much better leg from the assets. Huge moment in the next couple of minutes
100.
during this game. John Brown needs to stop the 3-leg charge of Paul Nicholson. Otherwise, 4-2, Nicholson then throws for the match.
60.
Again, I like that first dart of John Brown. That is sat
140.
just above the treble 20. And as you can see, he then places the other 2 just underneath it.
$100.
God, that's just begging to be hit.
140.
Again, the last 2 throws, just watching from the naked eye, it just looks like Brown just took that little bit more time. Reminds me of players in the top end of the game like Jeffrey Dejuan that are so quick. At
60.
times they're too quick.
$103.
So I mean, just again from the naked eye, there's more control in the pullback than that slinginess at times where they drift off.
97.
Really good leg. Impressive from John Brown here after
Game in 1.
having to battle a 3-leg blitz from Paul Nicholson. Well done, young man. Well done. It would have been easy to cave and crumble. Nice 13 dart leg from the young man.
57. $100. $93.
Treble 18 comes to Paul Nicholson's rescue. But I was going to say,
58.
if John Brown could have found a big visit there, it would have put him in a great opportunity to attack the Paul Nicholson throw. He's let the asset off somewhat there. A second chance that's not being passed up.
180.
As Nicholson fires in the first maximum of the game.
$78.
These top players, if they sense any form of blood, they're all over it. No, setting up the 1-7-1. Would like to leave a 2-darter.
55.
He's played the percentages. John Brown needs 5 19s to leave 170. He's just got into the corner of treble 3.
48.
106 incoming from Nicholson. Gives him 2 bites at a big treble. 54 for 32. 32 for a 4-3 lead.
90.
Just next door. But we'll come back for double eight. See
57.
by his reaction, he thought it was good.
Game shot in 1.
There we have it, 4-3 to the assets. John Brand now needs the remaining 2 legs. He's going to have to conjure up a break of throw if he's to win this one. What Paul would give for a lovely little 12 dart break of throw right now.
180.
And he starts off with his second max in what could be the last leg of this match.
180.
But John Brand replies with his first maximum of the match as well. Finely poised.
$57.
The John Brand maximum put enough pressure on the Paul Nicholson throw there as he came up
134.
without a treble.
$40.
Double eight.
79.
That's unlucky.
$100.
So double two to take us to a deciding leg.
Game in 3.
There we have it, 4 legs
Left, John.
apiece, and we go to a decider where Paul Nicholson will have the throw.
$140.
And that is a great start for Paul Nicholson on a must-win leg.
121.
But good reply.
$140. $97.
140 for Paul Nicholson.
$121.
Stunning. 9 darts thrown, 100 left for Paul Nicholson.
100.
And he will have 6 darts if required. A much better performance from John Brand, but now fate is out of his own hands. Double 10.
Game shot in 3.
And there we have it. 100 finish from Paul Nicholson seals the win. A 5-4 victory for him over John Brand. Paul moves up to second in the table, but we'll now have to wait and see how Andy Jenkins gets on in his final 2 games. Speaking of Andy Jenkins, he's up next against Stephen Burton. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Modus Sports Icons of Darts Live League in association with Red Dragon. Here we go. Match number 13 of 15 sees the return of Rocky. Andy Jenkins, who's just had us all chuckling in the little
All the
chat
best, Steve.
beforehand, as he takes on Stephen Burton.
That's a bullseye.
Right. Jenks
25.
knows
All the best, Jenks.
the title has
All the
gone.
best, Steve.
However, runners up is still up for grabs. The spot
Well done.
currently held by Paul Nicholson, but destiny and fate is in Jenks' own hands.
100.
Stephen Burton has been an absolute scoring machine so far, but his finishing has been more
95.
like Sunday League. Not there. Jenks
60.
involved in the best game of the day as the top two, as they were then, clashed. He lost out to
97.
Scott Mitchell, but it took a moment of brilliance from Mitchell to get over the
91.
line. So all eyes now on Andy Jenkins. Can he produce
99.
again?
On 40.
Uh, 40. 42.
$42.
KG
Ah,
start.
Jenks.
But
66.
first opportunity passed up from Jenks.
48.
Tops for Burton. Not there. So second chances for Andy Jenkins. One dart left at the Madhouse,
No score.
and it's not there.
Game in 1.
And Stephen Burton punishes with a break of throw as well.
One, 2, 1.
$85.
I'm sure that Paul Nicholson will be at home
83.
watching this and will be cheering on Stephen Burton. See, let's get my abacus out.
22.
$99.
So Paul Nicholson currently on 6 points on +4. Jenkins on 4 points with 2 games to go on +2. So all to play for.
60.
Jenks needs to win both games to make sure of runners up. If he was to win one and lose one, we then come down
98.
to leg difference and potentially head to head, which if it went that far, he would
40 and
finish
3.
above Paul Nicholson, courtesy of a 5-3 victory. If Jenks was to lose both games, then Paul Nicholson finished runners up.
28.
So, clear as day, those scenarios. But more importantly,
60.
Burton holds a 2-0 lead. And Jenks starting to miss
On
fire. Commentator's curse, 28, followed by a 140.
57.
100.
98.
136.
Much better from Andy Jenkins in this leg.
85.
97
Game into.
required. 97 in 2 darts for a hold or throw. And back end of that leg was more like
125.
the Andy Jenkins we all know.
100.
85.
76.
See the frustration boiling up there from Andy Jenkins that
100.
that second dart was sat plumb in the treble 20 and he didn't use it.
81.
133.
Superb setup. 133 to leave 58 for
96.
Stephen Burton. Jenks back on 148. So 2 darts at tops for a 3-1 lead.
38.
Jenks can't finish now.
40.
So 3 in hand at double 10. Can he work in off of that? Last
No
dart. No, he can't. 88.
56.
Again, Burton's doubling percentage at the moment.
21.
Down. Finally gets the job done after missing 5 in that leg.
60.
But wasn't made to pay due to the scoring advantage that he had in that leg.
$140.
98.
55.
46.
Burton will be disappointed with that visit. He was
60.
threatening another break of throw, but kind of let Jenkins off,
125.
but punished him this time around.
100.
Right. 95. First dart was for the ball,
55.
but ended up going in the small 18. Tied it up to leave 40, but will he get a go? Jenks 1 dart at double 8.
70.
Not there. So for a 4-1 lead.
$20.
Not there. And the Achilles heel back yet again. Jenkins just recomposing himself. Last start at double 4.
8.
And it's not there. So
In 1.
there we have it. another break of throw, and Stephen Burton will now throw for a 5-1 victory. Leg difference could
81.
could come into play. Sorry, I was just trying to do my maths as I was talking to you.
136.
Paul Nicholson will be absolutely loving this scoreline right now because a crushing defeat
82.
puts the deck back into his favour.
85.
We will try and get the exact permutations worked out for you
100.
during the break between games
96.
on the leg difference front, which we can't argue. So we can't work out until we know the scoreline in this game.
40.
Right, Jenkins needs to claw some legs back here. And
123.
he's carving out an opportunity for one break back. 61 left.
98.
So 49. Double 16. No, it's
29.
not there. So 100 for Stephen Burton. Oh, it's a disastrous first start.
84.
Huge sigh of relief and a bullet dodged from Andy Jenkins.
Yeah, game in 3.
Wins it with his last start in hand. Both of them will be disappointed with their double percentage.
100.
Jenks 1 from 12. Sorry, what's the thing? So 2 from 15 now. My stat screen hadn't quite
140.
updated.
60.
$57.
Both failing to hit a treble.
55.
It's all getting a little bit nervy. A little bit cagey.
41.
I know if it gets nervy and cagey, who would you rather have scrapping it out with you?
6.
For me, it's Andy Jenkins. But then Stephen Burton
135.
just sprinkles a little bit of gold dust over his score. 128 for the match when he comes back. Taking a wicked
86.
deflection. Leaves a finish. 60 bullseye. Bullseye for the
Game
match.
Okay,
And
shot.
there it is, a 128 finish from Stephen Burton gives him a 5-2 victory over Andy Jenkins. Jenks now going to have to sweat it out in his last game. We will work out what the leg difference is shortly. But next up, John Brown is against Andy Jenkins, where runners-up is on the line. We shall see you in about 5 minutes.
1.
And welcome back to the MODUS Sports Icons of Darts Live League in association with Red Dragon. Our penultimate game of the day sees John Brand playing Andy Jenkins. Right, the permutation
25.
is simple. Andy Jenkins needs a
Full stop.
5-0 victory
All back on it.
to
All the best, John.
steal the runners-up spot from Paul Nicholson. For anyone that fancies a flutter, Jenks did beat John Brand 5-0 on Tuesday.
100.
Will history repeat itself, or will the asset finish runners-up? We will find out over the
97.
next 15 minutes or so. His last game
39.
against Stephen Burton, it was Jenks' doubling that did him all the damage.
1, 2, 3.
You will need to up that doubling percentage here,
100.
I feel. Just going to go back and have a look at the stats from
96.
Tuesday. Worryingly, if you're a John Brand backer, on
100.
Tuesday he didn't get a dart. Sorry, he had 5 darts at a double. So Paul Nicholson will be hoping he can carve
57.
out similar opportunities, but take them this time around.
130.
As Jenks tees up 32, JB wants 128, wants the bullseye.
103.
Opportunity so close. Paul
Go.
is at home cheering every double on.
54.
1 down, 4 to go for Andy Jenkins. It's a big ask to win
100.
5-0.
100.
Jenks will
100.
need to find 2 unanswered breaks of throw.
100.
Will sense a slight opportunity in this leg.
137.
More than a slight opportunity now. He will get first stab at a big
125.
3-figure finish. John leaves himself 1-2-2 if he gets a go. He is going to get a go. Start on the
122.
18s. Jenks leaves 42. 54. Not there.
90.
So Jenks coming back 42 and a potential break of throw. 2 darts at double
Okay.
16.
2 darts.
There's the first break of throw required. Jenks going about his business, doing what he needs to do. Currently averaging nearly 103.
82.
83.
99.
140.
Good response here from John Brown.
80.
$48.
118.
Jenks finds two big trebles, leaving himself on 1-2-2. Really feel that Brown
100.
needs to find a second treble, and he hasn't, but it's still just a one treble finish. Bullseye for Jenks.
45
Not-
left, so 87, 17.
Not there, so Brown will get a pop at 130. One dart at double five.
125.
Not there, clipping the wire. Jenks's dreams of a whitewash are still there.
13.
He knows that that's a huge opportunity just passed up. How's your nerve, young man? Two darts, double two. Dragged that one low.
3.
Yeah, game shot.
Last dart in hand. Saves Andy Jenkins. So far across the three legs, Brown has had 4
98.
darts to win legs. Hasn't taken any of them.
100.
Wonder if the asset is watching at
96.
home.
$96.
55.
$85.
59.
60.
Here we go. Big moments in this match. Can John Brown leave this 193 handy? Yes, is the answer. Jenks, this 160 might have to go. Isn't going to. So, John Brown should get at least 2 darts.
100.
At 50. It's going to get 2 darts at tops.
82.
There we have it. A leg on the board for John Brown. Confirms Paul Nicholson as the runner-up for the day.
$45.
If you're watching at home, Paul, you can now breathe a little easier. And Jenks is 3 now. You
99.
start to think, oh no, surely not. But the damage was done for Jenks in his last game against Stephen Burton, going down 5-2 when he missed an absolute catalogue of doubles.
6 ton, sorry.
$96.
Level pegging Nothing between them in this leg so far.
40.
John Brown
96.
senses there might be a little opportunity here. There's a little opening.
81.
And come back for 146. Those first two darts are so unlucky. Well thrown darts, literally embedded in the top wire.
$60.
Here we go. 82 rook left. It's a great dart. One dart at double 16. And there it is. An 86 finish for John Brown. For a break of throw. We are now effectively back on throw.
125.
I sense that John Brown's growing in confidence
81.
in this game.
96.
$41.
He's now got breathing space in this leg. He's piling
140.
the pressure on to Andy Jenkins.
140.
6 darts at 140 for a level game of 3-all. Can he find a
Six.
treble to leave tops? No, is the answer, but he will be back for 80. 239 for Rocky. How handy can he leave this?
137.
Very is the word. So 80 for a level game. 2 darts at double 10. Can you work off of that?
60.
2 darts come and go. 82. 1 dart at double 16. And he's come inside.
86.
So John Brown coming back. 3 darts in hand at double 10.
Game in 3.
And there we have it, a level game. 3 legs all. Our penultimate game has now become a best of 3 shootout. And in the last couple of legs, John Brown has played better than Andy Jenkins.
100.
60.
40.
Both with trebleless visits, so no damage done for Jenks on his own throw.
139.
And then punishes it with a 2 treble visit. How does Brian respond?
100.
Little bit of breathing room here for Rocky on his own throw.
136.
Leaves himself a nice little 2-darter as he looks all set
29.
to regain a 4-3 advantage.
25.
Didn't need to go for the bullseye there. Could have just laid up. He's going to be under some
100.
pressure here. 2 darts, double eights.
17.
Again, Andy Jenkins' Achilles heel from his last game. Coming back. One of the champagne shots for John Brown. Not up to it this time around.
42.
It's a great guide. I'm not sure how much you can see now.
Yeah, nice score.
How has that one not gone in? It's gone between the 2 darts. Harry Houdini himself.
Game in 2.
And 90 from John Brown to lead for the first time. As John Brown now throws for his first win of the day. Still not quite sure. Jenks' third dart at double
60.
4. It's gone between the other 2 and not gone in. Sorcery.
95.
Been impressed with John Brown's composure
100.
in this game, especially at 3-0 down. You could easily throw in the towel, but he's continued to work hard. And he's played some half-decent stuff. Causing Jenkins some problems here. And to the point where
140.
he's found a big break of throw. He said to Jenkins, over to you. Can you win the last 2 legs?
42.
He's on course to break back here. A couple of poor visits from
105.
John Brown.
$100.
96 for an immediate break back for Andy Jenkins.
60.
Not there. So 125 for the match for John Brown.
100.
Unlucky young man. It's a great effort. But back to business in hand. 1 dart at double 9.
27.
He's gone inside. So John Brown coming back for 25. 2 darts at double 8.
Game in 3.
And there we have it. John Brown is off with his first victory of the day, a 5-3 win over Andy Jenkins. And impressed with the young man's tenacity there. 3-0 down, could have thrown the towel in, didn't, played some real composed stuff. That result sees Paul Nicholson as runner-up. So congratulations to the asset. Our final game of the day will be with you in about 5 minutes as Stephen Burton takes on John Brown. Welcome back to the Icons of Darts Live League, brought to you by MODUS Sports in association with Red Dragon. Our final game of the day, match 15. Stephen Burton taking on John Bram. Title already decided. Congratulations to Scott Mitchell on winning the league and Paul Nicholson on runners-up. John,
Offside as well.
quick turnaround, staying straight on after defeating Andy Jenkins, and Stephen Burton also defeating
Offside
Andy
again.
Jenkins in his last game. So, looking forward to this one.
60.
$180.
And perfect start for John Bram, kicking us off with a maximum.
100.
No question that John will feel a whole lot better getting his first win on the board. And
140.
not only that, the scalp of Andy Jenkins is not to be sniffed at.
100.
Again, we've seen a lot of experienced seasoned pros say they've struggled in the early
55.
stages of darts at home. Like I say, it's not easy. You've got no one in front of you. All you hear is the darts hitting the board and your opponent saying the score. There's just nothing in front of you, so you can obviously see the scores.
62.
So you know what everyone's got, but all you hear is boom, boom, game in 3 or no score or anything like that.
56.
That agonising weight of just not knowing.
Game in 3.
And a nice crisp 64 kill for leg number 1.
$100.
Almost, you can see John Brown playing with a bit of freedom.
43.
Now he's got one.
$43.
98.
$60.
60.
Again, clutch of miss doubles across the day for Stephen Burton. His points tally
80.
probably should be higher than what it is. He will feel
180.
disappointed.
$96.
120 and 3.
And that's a nice clean 120 finish for Stephen Burton to break straight back.
100.
$96.
91.
$100.
100.
Both players coming down in tons.
$61.
It's a good switch from John Brown, picking off the treble 19 with his last dart.
100.
It is Stephen Burton in control of this leg on throw.
$82.
One dart at double
78.
16. Not there, but John Brown on a bogey number, leaving 162. So
30.
Burton will come back. 3 darts at double 16.
32 and 2.
And there we have it. 2-1 lead for Stephen Burton.
$96.
It's good cover shooting there. He needed that. Never want to start a leg without a treble.
134.
But 2 treble visit from Stephen Burton
60.
puts some immediate pressure on the John Brown throw in this leg.
100.
And break opportunity here already.
60.
Stephen Burton has stolen the darts away from John Brown here.
97.
Leaves himself the big fish. Final game of the day. Can he reel it in?
100.
Doesn't need to go for it, but I'm sure he wouldn't have passed up the opportunity if it was there. So 185. How handy can Brown leave this? Shown from his action there. That one slipped out of the fingers. You can see that by where it's
98.
landed.
In 3.
And that's another 120 finish from Stephen Burton to break the throw. Twice. He's taken out 120 in this match.
140.
And then starts off strong on throw. Burton currently 50% on his doubles.
28.
And if we'd have seen that in some of his earlier games, I get the impression he would have been involved in the title hunt.
81.
But the middle part of the day wasn't good enough on his finishing.
40.
$60.
Again,
60.
in complete control of leg number 5 here, as he looks to go 4-1 up
59.
within 1 of the match.
100.
John Brown relying on Burton missing here. But he's certainly going to leave this 161
97.
handy. 64 when he returns.
$43.
So will it be across the double 4?
64 and 3.
And there we have it, a 4-1 lead for Stephen Burton. John Brown staring down at the barrel of a defeat in our final game of the day.
81.
One, 3, 7.
Again, some really good stuff from Stephen
57.
Burton on the scoring, which we've seen all day.
1, 2, 1.
As the way this is going, this looks like it will be the final leg of the day.
58.
As young JB at the moment can't find the answers to Burton's relentless scoring.
57.
So 6 starts to set up 183.
140.
Will come back 43 on the board. All John Bryan can do is try and find a big score and hope. And not going to happen. So Stephen Burton
Game
for the
2.
match.
Yeah,
And
baby.
there we have it, a 5-1 victory for Stephen Burton over John Bryan to complete the day. Scott Mitchell winning the league. Congratulations to him. Paul Nicholson in second. Thank you very much to everyone who has watched either on your bookie of choice, dartshop.tv or MODUS YouTube channel. We will see you all tomorrow live from 10:30 in the morning. Thanks, everyone.